In the first month of Trump's term, Elon Musk and his hacks have already demanded access to our Social Security data, schemed their way into the U.S. Treasury payment system, leaked sensitive intelligence information online. Now, Elon Musk is trying to open up your personal tax return. Why does Musk want control of your tax data? He won't say. But your tax returns are private by law, with tough criminal penalties for anyone inside or out for the IRS leaking them. But
Donald Trump is outraged over some videos he claims were made using artificial intelligence to make him look bad. But according to Rick Wilson from the Lincoln Project, no AI was needed. Trump did a fine job embarrassing himself all on his own. The parody ads hit a nerve, and Trump's loud public reaction ended up drawing way more attention to them, about 10 times more than they likely would have gotten otherwise.
They ran for office thinking they could be on the field, making a difference. Players in the big time, respected, powerful, difference makers. Not anymore. Republicans have turned in their game uniforms and become cheerleaders. They jump up and down on the sidelines.
He's doing a lot by executive authority, which we applaud.
Preen for the cameras.
He's in charge, and it's a great feeling to have him back in the Oval Office.
They know their role.
He's moving forward aggressively.
Before we jump back in, I have a quick request. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of people watch without subscribing. It's free for you, but it makes a big difference for us. Already clicked that button? Awesome. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Ever wonder what could make a former president throw a fit online like a kid who just had their ice cream snatched?
In rhyme.
In rhyme? What do you...
Well, the way she talks, the bus will go here and then the bus will go there because that's what buses do. It's weird. I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings.
It's more than awkward and embarrassing. It's actually dangerous. Having someone with his mental state, to me, is terrifying.
Take a closer look at the Lincoln Project ads that really set Trump off. These weren't your typical political spots. They were designed to hit him where it hurts. The Lincoln Project, a group of anti-Trump Republicans, put out ads that were so brutal, they probably should have come with a warning label. One clever ad called out Republican senators who enjoy top-tier government health care while backing RFK Jr., a guy who pushes conspiracy theories about vaccines and Wi-Fi. The ad highlighted how these lawmakers, with doctors on speed dial, were fine with putting an anti-vaccine activist in charge of public health, while regular Americans are stuck choosing between groceries and insulin. Then came another hard-hitting ad released around January 6th. Trump called it a day of love, but most people remember it as anything but. The ad showed the truth. Rioters using zip ties to hunt down lawmakers, spraying chemicals, and attacking police. Here's the smart part. The Lincoln Project used humor to deliver serious messages. It's like hiding medicine in a jelly donut. You're laughing, so the message slips past your usual defenses. But what really made Trump lose it were the ads comparing him to Joe Biden. They portrayed Biden as sharper, stronger, and more capable. And that was too much for Trump to handle.
He's too old. He's out of touch, losing his marbles at an alarming rate.
They have sinks where no water comes out.
I do want to remind everybody, this is the guy that worked with the former Klansman.
I will be Donald Trump's most loyal advocate to make sure his nominees go to the Supreme Court.
You turn it on, no water comes out. You want to wash your hands, right?
Yeah.
And you've seen this, and you turn on the sink and it's...
There are certain words almost guaranteed to send Trump's blood pressure through the roof. For a guy whose whole image is built around being the biggest, strongest, and smartest in the room, these ads from the Lincoln Project were like psychological kryptonite. They didn't bother criticizing his policies. No one remembers those debates about taxes or border plans anyway. Instead, they went after what really matters to him: his ego. They mocked his looks, questioned his mental sharpness, and made fun of the fact that he constantly brags about passing a simple memory test. You know the one. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. For someone who reportedly spends hours on his hair and makeup, this was a direct. The Lincoln Project knew exactly what they were doing. It was like they had a map of every one of Trump's insecurities, and they marched right through it. They hit his vanity, his brains, and his toughness. That's the trifecta when it comes to Trump's carefully built image. And like a fish chasing a shiny lure, he couldn't help himself. He didn't just react, he completely took the bait when they ran ads suggesting Biden was stronger and sharper than him. Trump didn't brush it off like most politicians might. Instead, he ran to Truth Social and threw an all-out digital tantrum. It was so over the top, even a toddler might have thought, okay, that's a bit much. He didn't argue the fact. He didn't defend himself with real points. He just lashed out, calling Lincoln Project members perverts and losers, because apparently that's how a former president handles criticism, by name-calling instead of actually addressing the message.
Was the greatest honor, hero of the Soviet Union, awarded to those who gave their all to defend the motherland. Today, it is the hero of the Russian Federation. The men and women who have served the motherland's interests with great honor and distinction. Marco Rubio.
We're going to need to have functional embassies in Moscow and in Washington.
Tulsi Gabbard.
According to the U.S. government, these biolabs are conducting research on dangerous pathogens.
J.D. Vance.
I don't really care what happens to Ukraine one way or another.
And the greatest hero of our time, Donald Trump. These heroes know Russia is a peaceful nation that will never bow down to the decadent American values of what they call democracy.
But here's the real kicker. Trump claimed the Lincoln Project used artificial intelligence to make him look as weak and pitiful as crooked Joe Biden. Seriously, instead of admitting those unflattering clips were just regular footage of him being, well, himself, he spun it into a tech conspiracy. You almost have to give him credit for creativity, if nothing else.
He can't finish a sentence.
An anonymous, really an anonymous.
The man doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know where the exit is. He's not sure how to get through a speech.
Mr. President,
being corrupt and senile is even worse.
Old, outdated, retired, elderly, aging, senile, dementia, slow, confused, idiot, ignorant, sleepy, gaff, bumbling, bad, terrible, disappointing, joke, profanity.
Being corrupt is bad.
Why take responsibility for your own words, actions, or appearance when you can just blame the robots? That's exactly what Trump did. Claiming the Lincoln Project used artificial intelligence to make him look bad is like blaming your bathroom scale after a month-long ice cream binge. It would be funny if it weren't coming from someone who once had access to nuclear codes. And he wasn't done. Trump even went after Fox News for airing the ads, complaining that Fox shouldn't run them, and whining that CNN and MSNBC would never air anti-Biden ads. Since when does a former president get to decide what a private news network can or can't show? Nothing says, "I support free speech," like demanding that friendly media outlets censor anything unflattering. The irony is thick enough to spread on toast. This is the same man who constantly rails against cancel culture and censorship, now throwing a fit because someone aired content that made him look bad. It's like a chef begging Yelp to delete all the one-star reviews, but still claiming to support honest feedback. The most revealing part? His post included the line that the ads made him look as bad and pathetic as crooked Joe Biden. That one sentence confirmed exactly what the Lincoln Project was aiming for. Trump's soft spot is any comparison that suggests Biden might be sharper, fitter, or stronger than he is. They found the weak spot, and instead of brushing it off, Trump practically screamed, "You found it! It burns!" So did they actually use AI to make him look bad? According to Lincoln Project co-founder Rick Wilson, that claim is about as real as Trump's natural hair color. No tricks were needed. They just pointed a camera at him and let him be himself. His own words and behavior did the rest. What this meltdown shows is just how thin-skinned Trump really is. Most former presidents let attack ads roll off their backs or respond with facts or policy. Not Trump. He reacts like someone who just saw his ex dating someone taller, richer, and funnier. And that reaction? It turned those Lincoln Project ads from low-key political content into viral gold. That's the beauty of it. By throwing a massive, public tantrum, Trump gave the ads way more attention than they ever would have gotten on their own. Before Trump's Truth Social meltdown, the ads were just another drop in the flood of political media. But when he blew up, he did exactly what the Lincoln Project hoped for. He turned a modest jab into headline news,